Hi friends, hope you are doing good. Uh, so today I am going to show you how to deploy a Spring Boot, basically a SOAP service into AWS ECS. So I have created a SOAP service as well as a REST endpoint so that we can verify our application easily. So for that I have created my application in my STS editor, and then for to understand that application we need to see the POM file which has all the dependencies. Then for the SOAP service, we need to have a contract file. So in the XST file, I have defined the contract, a simple contract, and with some plugin, we'll be generating all the required classes from this .xst file. So then we have the web service part where we'll have to define the endpoint and other Spring Boot annotation. And then we will go to the Docker part, and using the Docker file we'll generate the Docker image, and then I'll build that image in the container, and then we'll run that image in the Docker container to verify our application is working fine. Then in the AWS section I will create a repository. I have already created a repository, and in that AWS will log into AWS via the CLI command. Then I will push the already created image to AWS Elastic Container Registry. In the final part, I will deploy that image into the AWS Elastic Container Service, and using the public IP, we'll access that application and see if it is working or fine. It is working or not. So stay tuned. I will the next section, the next demo, I will show the application and we'll go through all this section. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome back for the next section. And in this session, I will show you how to build a Spring Boot application. In this Spring Boot application, I have created a SOAP service and also defined a small REST endpoint. So this is my pom.xml file, and you can see basically all the dependencies which I have defined in this. Here we have a starter web service. This is for the SOAP service. Then down we have a starter web. This is for the REST web services. And then down I have used Jaxby plugin to generate the Java files from the XST file using the XJC plugin. So here you see that customer.xst file, and I'll show you my simple customer.xst file which has all the basic SOAP contract. So here in this .xst you can see I have defined simple element: customer name, customer age, customer city, customer phone number, and in turn we get a response unique customer ID, and the details nothing but a simple string which concatenate all the customer name, phone number, address, and the status. We'll see if everything goes well. It will show the status response as a success. And for that we need few classes to define for our web services. And so I have created a configuration class, and since it is a web service, I have annotated with enable web service, and then I've extended the class ws configure adapter, and then created some beans to create a web service. And this is my endpoint URL. I have given my endpoint URL. You can give your own endpoint URL. And then down I have given create a configuration to read my .xst file from the class path. So, and then we will have a endpoint class which I have to annotate with at the rate endpoint, and then the response payload. This is the place where you have to write your business logic, and in this I have just printing whatever input I'm sending in the request. I'm just trying to print that as a response. So let's get run this web service application and see if it is working fine or not. So this is my Spring Boot application, main applications, and I will going to run it. So I will start Spring Boot app, and we'll just wait for a few seconds to get it started. So it's building and getting ready to launch the application, and we'll see the logs in the console. Here you go. So the application has started, and we can see Tomcat has started in the port of 8080, which is a default port. I have not done any further configurations, so you can define your own port to start the application. And now we need to verify our SOAP service. I have opened the SOAP UI, and here I have the input file. Um, in this, I have just a customer name, age, customer city, customer phone number, and then I will make a hit, and you see the response. It creates a customer ID, and then those details appended in a single string in the details section, and you got a status as success, and these are the output of that, and hence we verified that our SOAP service is working fine.